Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Millicent Walker. May the 17th is the date set by Burundi's President Pierre Nkurunziza for a referendum that could extend his rule for at least a decade. The Central African nation has been unstable since 2015 when he decided to break a third term in office, a move his opponents called unconstitutional. The referendum will decide whether to amend the constitution to extend presidential terms to 7 years from 5. Well, those who oppose the president's third 5-term launched an armed struggle against his government that led to a violence which has left hundreds dead and forced at least 400,000 people into exile. Well, joining us to further discuss on this is Professor Banji Oyinka. Welcome to the program. Professor, Burundi's President Pierre Nkurunziza has set May 17th for the referendum that could extend his rule for at least a decade. Is this a plot to stay in power for life, what opposition are calling it?
Hello?
Yes, Professor, if you can hear me. I just asked what your thoughts are on, thank you, what your thoughts are with regards to Burundi's President Pierre Nkurunziza. He has set May the 17th for a referendum that could extend his rule for at least a decade. Opposition is calling it a plot to stay in power for life. Do you agree?
In a way, yes. I mean, looking at the way once an individual or country start on this path of constitutional change, there is no end to it. So we are seeing something that has played out in Africa many times, unfortunately, and it's rather sad that this is happening in the 21st century.
Professor, the country has been unstable since 2015 when Nkurunziza decided to seek a third term in office. But back then, this move was said to be unconstitutional. What has changed?
Nothing has changed, except that time has passed by and many people have lost their lives. In Burundi, over 40,000 people were killed. Over 400,000 people were displaced. The country has been unstable ever since then. Constitutionally, I don't think anything has changed. This particular referendum of taking place in May is by a decree. The Burundian parliament is not involved in it. Opposition has been silent, so nothing really has changed.
What are your thoughts on the Arusha Accords, especially with regards to the fact that the proposed changes, if they pull through, Nkurunziza's rule could extend to 2034, and this affecting the political stability in the country?
Yes, of course. I mean, the accord is practically null and void now because for instance, the former president of Tanzania, Mkapa, who said, right now we are being led to a fait accompli. If the new referendum goes ahead, as we expect it will, and this president is now given another 14 years from 2020, it means he's going to be in power till 2034. We'll be spending like 30 years since he started in 2005. So that accord, that accord practically, I don't think is enforced anymore.
Okay, Professor, what do you see playing out for Burundi's political future?
Well, one is concerned that we'll probably witness more instability. For instance, right now, the opposition in exile has declared that armed insurgency is a legitimate weapon of protest. This doesn't bode very well for this country or any other country for that matter. Many of the countries around the same zone, DRC Congo, Rwanda, Uganda, all of them are involved in this tenure elongation. And this instability that we have witnessed in these other countries, particularly DRC, is likely to continue in Burundi if particularly the opposition gain more strength we are likely to see a continuation of what we have seen since 2015. More killings, more migration, more instability. Burundi is a very small country with a GDP per capita of $800. One will have hoped for a different outcome, but sadly, I don't see stability coming back. I don't see development coming back, because without peace, there is no stability.
So, Professor,
we can only hope that institutions such as the African Union and others will put more pressure on the leaders of Burundi to ensure that we get back to the path of democratic.
All right. Thank you so much. We've been talking to Professor Banji Oyinka. Thank you for joining us on the program.